Rizalians! Welcome to another episode of The Spotlight by the Rizalite. This is Haidy Phey Santos, the editor-in-chief of the Rizalite, JRI Orani's official school publication. Thank you so much for being with us on this second episode, since now we have the opportunity to have a quick recap on how November has been to us Rizalians. We know that November has been a huge and exciting month for our various departments. And not just that, since Science Department has been really victorious with their big wins and interesting activities that our Science and Technology reporter Grayson Devillena will share with us in a bit. You might also want to know that if we have United Nations Week every October, we also have this International Education Week that we commemorate every November. Of course, globally competitive individuals. We'll have Jaecee Capati, our international affairs correspondent, to tell us more about the recent international collaborations of our school. We just also had our Intramurals 2024 that I'm certain everybody enjoyed and is still being anticipated since it's not yet over. Nicole Solano, our sports reporter, will talk about the winning moments and highlights of the event later. Then we'll jump into the recent accomplishments of the English department that I'm going to share with you, Rizalians. And finally, you are going to hear everybody's fun experiences from our recent educational tour, which happened just this November 27. Still fresh? See, what a jam-packed month it has been, and I can't wait to hear more from our reporters as we are going to relate with more people, amplify voices, and share stories with the community. All of this magnified under the Spotlight by the Rizalite. Now, let's immediately begin with Grayson Devillena. Ano ang mabibigat na balita from our science department, Grayson?
Yes, Heidi. So I'm so excited to share this because this is such a big month for science. This is because we secured wins in not one, but two different division level science contests. Two of our students, Marky James Villafuerte and Chris Leon Ranyola, won first place in the elimination round and third place in the final round of the hands-on Mindstone experiment, which happened last November 9 at Pablo Roman National High School. They were able to conduct advanced experiment, which is, may I add, quite admirable. Not only that, but also 5 of our students participated in the division Science and Technology Fair last Saturday, November 23, and luckily, Carl Nathaniel Rabago nabbed first place, while Emmanuel Diesta bagged the second place. This all happened in the Tomas Pinpin Memorial Elementary School. In addition to all of those, earlier this November, our school conducted a successful local science fair with the supervision of the science department. We have the STEM Talk experiment, scientist lookalike, brain quest, and also digital poster making, wherein we are able to witness not only the wit of the Rizalians, but also their creativity and knowledge in technology. We are also able to get a statement from Mr. Lawrence Baltazar, the head of science department and also one of the science coaches. As Mr. Baltazar said, the student underwent intensive preparation before competing in this event. Fortunately, we can say that all of their efforts paid off, since the students were able to emerge among other students from different schools. We once again prove how great Rizalians are. And yes, believe it or not, we are expecting the same 5 students who participated in the Division Science and Technology Fair to compete internationally, and if they continue to win, they will have a shot at competing at the Hong Kong International Science Olympiad.
Okay, Grayson, you mentioned the Hong Kong International Science Olympiad. Let me just clarify if qualified na ba talaga yung participants natin sa competition na ito?
Yes, Heidi. So, according to Sir Lau, since nanalo na tayo sa district level na Quiz B in Science, pwede na tayo sumali in Hong Kong International Science Olympiad.
Ibig sabihin ba nito lilipad na papuntang Hong Kong yung participants natin para lumaban?
Well, actually, online siya gaganapin. Pero
Ah,
if nanalo sila doon, gaganapin siya in Singapore. So, doon i-continue yung quiz.
Once manalo tayo dun sa online
Yes.
competition, right? Okay. So thank you
Yes.
so much for that clarification. Pero before this international level of competitions, balik muna tayo dito sa school-based activities natin, which was yung science fair natin. Dahil sa totoo lang, it is equally amazing. Masasabi ko naman. At share naman natin yung mga naging favorite activities, moments natin during the science fair. Kasi sobrang daming pinrepare ng science department for this one. Ikaw muna. Ano yung naging pinaka-favorite mo?
So, one of my favorite talaga is yung the science ka lookalike. Kasi, unang-una nakaka-enjoy siya panoorin. Natuto ako. And also, makikita mo na pinaghandaan talaga not only the science department, pero pinaghandaan din siya ng mga grade 12 students na nag-present ng science. And masasabi ko na ito talaga yung hihintayin ko next year. So, ikaw
Wow.
na, Heidi.
Ako, sa totoo lang, yung favorite ko rin is yung scientist ka look-alike. Since Rizalians, context lang po, kami pong grade 12 students ang naging participants nun. So, we prepared the booth per scientist na inassign po sa amin. And yeah, ayun yung favorite ko overall since the day one ng preparation, lalo na sa mismong araw nung fair kasi makikita mo talaga yung saya ng grade 7 students. Yung scientists na pinresent ng bawat section sa grade 12 ay sina Galileo Galilei, Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, Newton, and Aristotle. So, yeah, overall, it was really a fun experience and makikibalita na lang ako siguro next year kung anong gagawin ninyong grade 12 students there. Yeah. Okay, once again, thank you so much, Grayson, for giving us that clear, detailed information and story about our science activities.
Very much welcome.
Okay, so we're gonna bring him back later again as we're going to talk more about the recent activities of JRI Orani.
I look forward to it.
We heard from Grayson earlier that our young science enthusiasts might go internationally to compete there, and that is really global competitiveness. Pero hindi dyan nagtatapos ang pagiging globally competitive ng ating Rizalians, since we all know that our school is doing its best for us to reach that level of global competitiveness. And to achieve that, of course, we have been having effective and successful international affairs and collaborations. Aside from that, JC, we'll also talk about the International Education Week that is usually done only in the US. But since we have been really active in this kind of international activities that I personally think is beneficial to everybody involved, I guess it is just right for us to celebrate this International Education Week. So, JC, the floor is yours. What have you got?
Yes, thank you so much, Heidi. As you mentioned earlier, when it comes to global competitiveness, hindi magpapahuli ang mga Rizalians. Indeed, November has been an eventful month, especially for our international affairs. We actually had 4 international events in just 1 month. Can you believe that, Heidi?
It is really quite impressive, JC. So many international
Yeah.
events.
Yeah, do you remember our first spotlight episode where we featured Dr. Monica Lakwani? So that was actually about our project with JCTC, or Jefferson Community and Technical College, located in Louisville, Kentucky, USA, Jose Rizal Institute, Arani. Now, this project has been going on since August, and just last week, it has finally come to an end. Students, grade 12 humanities students from Jose Rizal Institute sent a closing letter to JCTC, and we've also exchanged pecha kuchas. Now, pecha kucha is actually a method of presentation where the presentation is a maximum of 20 slides, and each slide contains 0 to 6 words and mostly pictures, and you're supposed to discuss it in just 20 seconds. So the whole presentation will be just 400 seconds. Now, you can use this method in any kind of topic, but for our class, for this project, we've used this to exchange details about each other's cultures, about our country, what represents us Filipino, something like that. Now, I'm sure you guys are interested in this project. Now, let me tell you that you are not the only ones that's interested in this project. We have some schools from India and Kentucky that are also interested in doing this project with us. Now, they are interested in making a partnership, a collaboration to do the same project with JRI Arani. Now, this project has been a talk in our classroom actually. So as I'm speaking with my classmates, they mentioned that they are sad because this project has finally come to an end, and we've treated our pen pals as our friends already, so they've become very close to us. And but we're also happy because it opened a lot of opportunities, other opportunities for more projects like this to come.
Okay, JC, let me just add
Yes.
something. First, thank
Mhm.
you for explaining what Pecha Kucha means because I almost asked what is it all about. And another one, our resilience, if you can remember our first episode, it was all about this project between the JCTC college students and our Hume students. We had Dr. Monica Lacuani there, and JC was one of the participants of that
Yeah, I
project.
was.
Another thing, um, we should really feel very proud that a lot of international programs or schools are now really interested on having collaboration with us. So another thing about that, fan fact, that we are JCTC's first ever international collaboration. So it is really a proud moment and an attack resilient for us. Yeah. Now, JC, you shared with us
Yeah.
earlier the reactions of your classmates about this project's conclusion. Now, what about yours? What are you feeling? How are you feeling about this project entirely, generally? Yeah.
Well, just like them, of course, I'm also sad that it has come to an end. But I'm also happy because we've had fun in the process. We've met people, we've made friends, and we've exchanged about each other's cultures. Uh, we've actually, personally, with my pen pal, we've talked about each other's national dances and our national drinks. So it made me want to experience it personally, go to Cuba personally, go to their country and experience it for myself. Speaking of learning others' cultures, the International Education Week was actually celebrated in the third week of November. So if you're curious, what is the International Education Week? So it actually celebrates international education and exchange worldwide. Now, our SPA, Mr. Ezekiel Recto, actually attended an International Education Week reception of Fulbright Philippines last November 19 in Shangri-La Hotel. So it is important that we recognize this event because we benefit from it. And this event recognizes and celebrates outgoing Filipino scholars. Now, it brings people together to share their experiences, their knowledge, and as I said before, we do benefit from it, and it shows through the partnerships that we had. An example for this is Sir Sean Patrick Higgins' animation class with our ICT students last November 13. Sir Sean is actually a Fulbright DAS fellow, and he visited JRI Arani back in 2023 to teach animation to ICT and train teachers in the gamification of STEM instruction. And just this 2024, he taught our students a mini animation unit that consists of 5 animation projects using free web tools. These free web tools are Photopea, Godot, GIMP, Blender, and Wix. Wix is actually what they used for animation. They animated their names, adding various effects here and there. And let me tell you that they are successful with their animation. And I had the chance to talk with ICT's instructor, Mr. Demras Ibarbia, and here is his statement.
Using animation online application shared by Sersion enables students to visualize and understand complex subjects or processes. It helps ICT students, both grade 11 and 12, to experience an actual animation process, develop and create their own animation project or output. With this, ICT students are very excited to do more animation projects with Sersion's guidance.
And resilience, if you think that's the last of our international events, you're wrong. We have another international activity, and that is the language table. So just last week, Friday, November 22, we had an activity with a school in California, the Skyline College. So Professor Raju Tisai, along with Mr. Recto, facilitated this activity. So the students from Skyline College are actually learning Filipino. And what's the best way to learn Filipino than to be exposed or to talk with actual Filipino speakers? So basically, our students and students from Skyline College are put into different breakout rooms. And then the students from Skyline prepared questions, a set of questions such as what is your hobby? What habits do you have? Usual questions to get to know someone. Now, they prepared a set of Filipino questions and they conversed in Filipino. And then after their exchange, after their conversation, they can move on to the next breakout room. So each student will enter 3 breakout rooms in total. Now, after this language table, after this activity, I had a chance to talk with one of my classmates because she participated in this event and this activity. And then I asked her what part of the activity stuck with her. And then she said that a student from Skyline asked her a question, ano ang buhay para sa iyo? Or what is life for you? And she said that that question really stuck with her because it just made her reflect what life is for her, what her purpose in life is, you know? And she said, ironically, she was disappointed that the activity ended because at first the students were very nervous. They were very nervous at first because, of course, they were talking with strangers. And as they talked with each other, they slowly opened up with each other and they had fun. So by the end of the activity, they were disappointed and wish they had more time to get to know each other. And also from grade 11 STEM 8, I had the chance to interview Sophia the Process to get her statement on what are her impressions in this activity since she's attended this 3 times now. Yeah, and so here is the statement of Sophia.
The language table was a very fun and memorable experience. The excitement never went away, even though it was my 3rd time already. We were able to learn from each other and create bonds and connection. Overall, it was a very nice experience, and I would definitely do it again if I were given a chance.
And resilience, those are the 4 international events that were held here in JRI this November. So hearing this just truly make me excited. And doesn't it make you excited? It makes me look forward to what else our school has in store for us. So yeah, resilience, that's it.
Yes, and JC, with that question, what is life for you? And for us, I am sure that everyone now will reflect. Yeah, and I am sure that it is not just you, but all of us are now very, very excited for more international activities that we are going to have in the future. So with that, thank you so much, JC. Yeah. And another fun fact, resilience, before I end this international affairs report, that this language table discussions are or Jera has been doing it since 2022, and so far it's been really helpful to students and teachers here and internationally since confidence is being molded as well as the connection and friendships. And yeah, that's all with that. Just always remember the theme of this year's International Education Week: explore. The 3 things that I mentioned earlier, friendship, connection, as well as the confidence, ay hindi lang mabibuild sa ating international activities, kundi pati na rin sa ating school-based activities. Katulad na lamang ng ating Intramurals 2024 na ngayon na i-share sa atin ng ating sports reporter, Nicole Solano.
Good day, Heidi, as well as to our viewers. Last November 19 to 2022, JRI had another blast of intramurals at school. I could say that the JRI MAPA department and the SSLG have done a great job of making our students feel the joy, excitement, and thrill of intramurals with activities such as parades, Mr. and Miss Intramurals, sports activities like volleyball, table tennis, and badminton, and esports tournaments that is facilitated by our SSLG. Of course, a successful event like this could not be prepared with just a 1 week preparation, right? So surely a big event like this has a primary goal that they aim to fulfill. One of them for sure is to make sure that this event is worth keeping memories, balancing the lives of students with academics and outside activities. We could not deny that their hard work really paid off, right? The department's success mirrors the faces of our students and how loud their voices cheering during the actual event. One of the grade 7 students whom I interviewed could not contain the joy he felt during the event. And when I asked about his first time experience of intramurals here in JRI, he said that he couldn't wait for next year's intramurals. Added to it is an interview with our senior high school student who is celebrating her last intramurals here in JRI and said that she'll surely miss the annual pageant and cheer that each grade level prepared to boost the spirit of the club. How about you, Heidi? Can I ask what is like activity that you would miss once you graduate as a graduating student, of course?
Okay, before I answer that, sabi ko lang, nakakaingit yung sinabi ng grade 7 student. Very fresh yung sagot niya na, ang sabi niya, he couldn't wait for more next year. So, sana all my next year pa. So, with that, yung mamimiss ko talaga is yung solido nating section. Kasi, yung ganitong activities, sports activities sa college, siguro may encounter pa talaga natin. Pero iba na yung mga kasama natin. So, iba na yung feeling. So, ang mamimiss ko ay yung malakas na pag-cheer natin kahit na alam nating talo tayo. Dahil competitive nga, ay lalaban pa rin at lalaban. So, yeah. The bond that we created, the family that we built inside the school, ayun yung sobrang nakakamiss for me. Ikaw, anong mamimiss mo?
Well, siguro for overall, yung eagerness ng kada section na manalo every game. Though, yung ibang mga players, siyempre, hindi naman masyadong alam sa sports activities. Nagtatry pa rin talaga sila na mag-participate and makakontribute every game para lang natin section natin. Section nila. So, dagdag ko rin syempre yung section natin, yung competitiveness every game na parang mapanalo, nagpe-prepare pa tayo ng iba't ibang banner, iba't ibang cheer. Though, hindi tayo pinalat, masasabi ko pa rin, super nag-enjoy ako during the activity kasi nga, ayun, parang makita ko talaga na super solid ng section natin at talagang nagtutulungan para lang ma-boost yung spirits ng isa't isa. Well, talking about winning, if you are interested in the list of winners, the green team was awarded as the overall winner during the awarding ceremony. Well, if you want a more detailed information about the list of winners, I think it is already posted in the official pages of our school, right? So, make sure to check it out as, siyempre for future announcement rin, kasi nga nabanggit during the awarding ceremony ng head of MAPA department na hindi pa tapos yung intramurals natin, part 1 pa lang yon. And on January 25, 2026, meron pang part 2, which is yung basketball league. So, surely, hindi yung gustong mamiss ng mga Rizalians natin, right? Back to you, Heidi. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Nicole. So, Rizalians, once again, sana nag-enjoy po kayo sa part 1 ng ating intramurals dahil meron pang naghihintay sa atin na bigger, which is yung basketball league, pagbalik natin dito next year. So, I hope kung paano natin na-enjoy yung part 1 ng intramurals ay mas may enjoy natin itong susunod. And congratulations once again, Green Team! We heard how victorious it has been for our first 3 departments. And of course, we're not going to miss the recent activities of our English department, starting with the preliminaries of the Rizalian Spelling Bee. Okay, so everybody who won the preliminaries will then proceed to the semifinals, which is going to happen on December 6th, and the winners then will proceed to the finals. And for me, it is really exciting because I personally watched the finals last year, and it was a thrilling and fun competition. And speaking of the finals last year, let's have Kariza Buensuceso to share with us her experience as she was the first runner-up of last year's Rizalian Spelling Bee.
My experience in the spelling bee last school year was really fun and nice. At the same time, medyo nerve-wracking po, as it was my first time joining in that kind of contest. During the preliminary round of the spelling bee, I wasn't expecting to win or advance to the semifinals po.
kasi ang dami po namin sumali nun. Nung nalaman ko naman po na makapagpa-participate po ako sa semifinals, kinabahan po ko nun kasi I know po na marami nang magagaling sa spelling. But, yeah, overall, it was memorable and worth trying po. And good luck din po sa participants this upcoming December 6.
So that's Kariza Buensuceso. If you guys don't know, she's also our assistant editor-in-chief. Let's now proceed with Quick 2 game orientation and mini tournament. Let me give you context. Quick 2 game is a board game. It is like Scrabble but with a twist, since you have very limited time and number of tiles or the letters that you're going to use to form words, and it levels up since it has multiple rounds. Yeah, and this game also originated in the Philippines. Now, to explain how the Quick to Game family visited GRI and on how we discovered them, we'll hear from Mrs. Jessica Mangayan, Head of English Department.
I never expected that this would blow up like it has, especially since students nowadays are into mobile games. I've even had several students approach me asking when they can play again or suggesting that we should play it in the classroom. As a language teacher, it was a relief to hear that students are showing interest in this vocabulary game. We hope that through this, we can help improve students' vocabulary while also limiting the time they spend on gadgets. I can't help but think about when and where we can maximize this newly learned game, as every student is excited to play it. Together with the English department, we've decided to make it an official competition for the upcoming 86th founding anniversary. Indeed, this is an early announcement you will hear in this podcast. We will teach this game to all Rizalians so that everyone has an equal opportunity to play.
Let me also just share some of the reactions of the students who participated in the Quick to Game mini tournament. So, one of the third placers from 12 STEM B said that the game was fun and it brought out her competitive side. She also added that she thinks the game enhances strategic thinking skills, problem-solving skills, and her critical thinking. Her partner, which is her classmate, added as well that they had a good harmony working together. And she felt a bit pressured since, just like what I mentioned earlier, you have limited time and letters to use. But overall, she also had fun playing this game. Now, we're done with the preliminaries of Resilient Spelling Bee and the Quick to Game mini tournament. The last thing that I'm going to add is the table reading of our grade 11 students. So this is like an annual tradition since every founding anniversary of Jera Irani, we always have this one act play of our grade 11 students. So the play that they are going to work on for this year was actually the one they performed during the table read last November 8th. The script that they used was an adaptation titled Bittersweet Brewery of our BPSU English majors from the original Russian play The Cherry Orchard by Anton Chekhov. And yeah, basically it's all about this lady gambler who faced multiple difficulties in life after being so addicted with gambling, which is really interesting. And we would like to watch and hear more from our grade 11 students soon, since this is one of the highlights of our founding anniversary. And just a reminder, let me just add that our English Olympics will now start or resume on December 4 to 6, and we will have interesting activities such as the puppetry, the semifinals, and the finals of the Resilient Spelling Bee and debate. And yeah, that's all. I am done, but I think we still have more to talk about. Jaecee? And finally, Jaecee, what else are we gonna talk about?
Yes, of course, Heidi. Makakalimutan ba natin yung naging tour natin just this Wednesday, November 27? And remember we toured around, going to places, to museums like the Alab Museum, yung Binhi Museum, yung bahay ni Rizal or the Rizal Shrine. And then for lunch, we went to SM, right? We spent lunch
Yes,
in
SM Kalamba. Mm.
and then we went to New Valley, and finally we spent the rest of our afternoons and evenings in Enchanted Kingdom. Ngayon, we went to a lot of places, right? Can you share your the highlight of your tour? Who will go first? Grayson? Grayson, are you there?
Yes.
Grayson, how about you share your favorite experience dito sa tour?
So yung naging favorite ko talaga is yung pag-visit natin sa TYCI or Dr. Yanga's Colleges Incorporated. So, first of all, na-amaze ako dun sa Metanoia, yung malaking version niya, which is gumagalaw pala yun. Then, we also, na-visit din natin dun yung Binhi Museum, kung saan nakita natin yung history ng Bukawi, Bulacan. And also, lastly, yung Alab Museum, which is nakakita natin yung mga invention dun sa school and nakapag-interact tayo sa mga robot.
So, you went to places na nagpapakita ng mga futuristic stuff and historic stuff, right?
Yeah.
How about you, Heidi? I'm sure meron kang highlight sa tour experience mo. So, what's your favorite?
Yes, of course, Jaecee, ang favorite ko talaga is yung Rizal Shrine, yung bahay ni Rizal. Siguro kasi na-feel ko yung connection since tatak Rizalian tayo. Yeah, but kidding aside, I really like nostalgic stuff. Kasi nung nandoon na, nakita ko talaga yung mga traditional na, let's say yung comfort room nila, yung mga comfort room nung unang panahon. Nakita ko yung balcony nila, meron pang timba, tsaka yung balon sa ibaba, which is sobrang taas pa kasi nasa second floor yung yung timba. And yeah,
Oo.
a lot of things there. Pati na rin yung kwarto kung saan pinanganak si Rizal. Nakita ko. And
Oh,
sobrang
wow.
yeah, oo. And sobrang informative ng mga let's say naka-assign sa bawat station do sa bahay ni Rizal kasi may mga tao na mag-guide talaga sa'yo kung ano na tong nakikita mo. Yeah. And let me just add yung No Valley Park. Yan.
Mhm.
Sobrang ganda rin doon, nagustuhan ko kahit na saglit lang since after lunch, dumiretso na ron. Kasi nakapagpakain naman kami ng koi fish. And sobrang ganda nung lugar as well as yung fish mismo. Grabe silang magkulumpon kapag ka nagtapon ka na ng food. So yeah, that was really enjoyable. And those are the highlights of my educational tour 2024.
So, hindi ka lang naaliw, natuto ka pa. And
Sobra.
did you know na yung mga koi fishes, it means luck sa ibang culture? So, did you feel lucky nung nagpakain kayo?
Feeling ko na sinulit na namin yung time namin doon para mahakot namin lahat ng swerteng pwede naming makuha.
So, ayun, na-mention na natin yung mga museums, pati yung New Valley, kung saan nagpakain nga ng koi fish si Heidi. Ngayon, how about naman yung Enchanted Kingdom? Alam kong a lot of our Rizalians, ito yung highlight ng tour nila, yung Enchanted Kingdom. Ngayon, can you tell us your crazy experience o yung highlight nyo sa Enchanted Kingdom? Yan. Grayson?
Hello, so ang pinaka-memorable sa akin na part ng Enchanted Kingdom is yung pinaka-memorable talaga yung sa Vikings kung saan pipila ko sa una, tapang-tapangan, ganon. Tapos, pag nasa malapit ka na sa pila, parang gusto mo na lang umalis. So, ayun.
Tumuloy ka naman ba?
Tumuloy naman, tumuloy.
Okay naman. How about you, Heidi? Meron ka bang nakakatakot na experience like yung kay Grayson?
Nakakatakot wala. Joke, tabang-tawagan, hindi. Kasi nasakyan namin yung Anchors Away. Tapos nung pagdating namin sa Ferris wheel, ang sabi namin mag-chill na lang. Pero di pala siya nakaka-chill kasi sobrang taas. So don't underestimate talaga yung rides dun sa EK. But yeah, ang pinaka-memorable dun, yung pila, sobrang haba. Tas yung feeling na kapag ka nandun ka na sa ride, sobrang worth it yung isang oras sa paghihintay mo sa pila. Lalo na kasi I was with my friends. Yeah, so doble yung pagiging memorable nung tour.
So yeah, you sound like you had fun, no? Ngayon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your experience? Gaano kayo nag-enjoy? Gaano kayo kasaya sa naging tour natin?
Ako, I would give my experience a 10, a solid 10. Yeah, sobrang saya rin talaga.
How about you, Grayson? How would you rate our tour?
Ako, for me, 10 din siya. Kahit nakinabahan ako sa mga rides. So, overall, masaya siya.
Yeah, so both of you, ni-rate niyo siya ng 10. So you really had fun, no? Okay. Kayo, Rizalians, if you want to share your experience, your highlights sa tour natin, just feel free to comment your favorite experience on our comment section below. And that's it, Heidi.
Yes, Rizalians, we would really love to read and hear your experiences from our recent tour. So don't hesitate to share those with us. And finally, that concludes this episode. Thank you so much, Rizalians, for being with us throughout this show. We hope that this helped you do your own November recap as well. Thank you so much. Until the next one. Once again, this is The Spotlight by the Rizalite.